This just in. It says former NBA player Kwame Brown suggests that Diddy has been protected for decades because of his connections to the Democrat establishment. And if you've been on this channel and you've seen some of the previous videos here, this isn't a far-fetched statement. Let's go ahead and hear his claim.
The media know about it, then it's, oh man, that nigga's a bitch-ass nigga. You mean to tell me in a hotel like that with a wild nigga running up the goddamn hallway, throwing vases and shouting at a woman, slapping her, why hasn't this video surveillance been released?
Right. There should be a lot of witnesses.
Why is this video out right now? This video is from years ago. You mean to tell me the hotel staff, the security, and all these people, none of them said anything about this video that you can clearly see somebody, I don't know if it's P. Diddy, you see a man dragging a woman up the hall, throwing vases at her and shit, and nobody says nothing until now?
Oh, yeah, it's
and
P.
you
Diddy.
Want me to think that P. Diddy is just a sick motherfucker? When nobody said nothing. This woman is cowering on the floor, balling up, getting stumped out, and somebody saw that on the video, and the only time you're going to say something about it is when Cassie give a lawsuit?
Right.
This nigga has been telling the black community to vote or die, because he's a Democrat fucking pawn, and that's why he was able to goddamn run around here like that. A Democrat little fuckboy that beat up women and do all this gay, well, I ain't gonna go that far, do all this punk shit, and now everybody's supposed to be scared of him because he can hire somebody else.
Hey, fair
you
point.
You niggas that's been following this man, protecting this man, you guys are sick just like he is. If that's him in that video, and all of you men that's in that circle talking about take that, and all that monkey ass shit, all you niggas sicker than a motherfucker. Because all of this shit has been known. This is how our community is so dysfunctional. They see this type of shit going on and nobody say nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nobody don't say nothing. This man is a mogul, and this is allegedly him on a video dragging a woman up the goddamn hallway, and y'all telling me that it ain't some black people that's living just as good as white people? He did worse than Dana White. I'm talking about Dana White this whole time. Dana White slapped his wife 2 times. This motherfucker stomping people up the goddamn hallway, dragging them, throwing shit at them. I'm looking at this video like,
right,
what the fuck? And the first thing that came to my mind is, how is somebody this visible, this famous, with this much money getting away with that type of shit?
That's true.
And I said, Kwame, why are you so surprised, boy?
Privilege.
You've been right this whole time. This is why they so mad at you. You've been 100% right this whole time, boy. For the right person, they always look the other way. Yeah, for the right person, they're going to look the other fucking way. And it's sad. It's a sad day. I'm more mad at the people who saw the video years ago and never did nothing. That hotel should be boycotted. Fuck just P. Diddy. That hotel should be closed. It shouldn't be one black woman that go in that goddamn hotel and feel safe. Because you mean to tell me they got a footage of somebody whooping a woman's ass and dragging her up the goddamn hallway and throwing vases at her, and no hotel security said nothing? All of the hotel security staff should be fired. The hotel security should be the hotel should be added in that lawsuit.
Let me know in the comments right now. Do y'all agree with that statement? Do y'all think that everybody should be added to this lawsuit and that hotel should be looked at?
How do you protect a situation like that? And then now we all supposed to be only up in arms about P. Diddy when somebody has to enable this guy to do this shit. How did this take so long to come out? And if Cassidy never brought up that lawsuit, this nigga would still be at the take that party. Man, I'm out of here. I got a graduation to go to. I told y'all, it's a go along, get along gang, and these niggas will look the other way for the person they like and the person that put some squilla in their pocket. That's all to it. That's it. That's all. Ain't no such thing as no goddamn black unity. It ain't no such thing as unity, period. You better mind yourself, mind your business, and take care of your family, because that's all you got. These other motherfuckers out here in the world, they'll look the other way. If somebody kicking my ass, ain't none of my brothers gonna look the other way.
At all.
Somebody kicking my ass, all the people that love me, they ain't gonna look the other goddamn way. So that's who I goddamn look out for and rock out with. The rest of this shit is all phony to me.
That's right.
Y'all have a blessed day. I'm up out of this thing. Let me show y'all some of the guys that
And just to prove his point even further, the LA police said that they can't arrest Diddy. They released an official statement saying that they can't arrest him because this video came out too long ago. These incidents were too far in the distance from now. Really? That's very interesting considering what we're seeing happening in the course with 45 right now. You know what I mean? But, you know, he's a Republican candidate. But anyhow, just to prove his point even further, they saying they can't do nothing at all. And this is the official statement on the alleged video involving Sean Combs. We are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find these images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of an assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to the law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from the Bureau of Victim Services. This was from Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office yesterday, May 17th, 2024. So you have video evidence of somebody sitting here committing a crime, and yeah, it just don't make sense to me. Just because it happened long ago, I'm just saying, it don't make sense to me. So, a couple of things I'm gonna touch on before I get to the next video. Definitely, I am pissed off at the staff and the workers there whom accepted that money and allowed this video to be suppressed just because they were able to be bought. I don't know what everybody's situation is. We do know that there are people historically who try to speak out against celebrities who typically get pushed to the side. Nobody usually believes it for the sake of the star being a star. But in this case, it's definitely not the same. If you worked at the hotel and you laid eyes on that footage and you seen what happened to that woman, how could you sit there and call yourself a decent human being for the rest of your life? I do think that that hotel needs to be investigated. And on top of that, another reason why he's able to do all of these things and not really feel any pressure or not questioning whether any backlash will come is because it's convenient. He's an FBI informant. That's what is being alleged here. If he's an FBI informant, then why? I'm good. I got politicians in my pocket. I got, you know what I'm saying, preachers in my pocket. I got the law in my pocket. Matter of fact, speaking about that, the fact that Diddy's freakout parties were attended by high-profile celebrities, athletes, politicians, pastors, yada yada yada. Let's go and check this clip out. And we know that there were hidden cameras in every room. It makes you wonder, but again, let's go ahead and check this out.
Salacious tapes of Hollywood's biggest names, including record CEOs and politicians, doing drugs and cavorting with prostitutes and minors. The complaint argues that these freak-off parties were a business model. Young and up-and-coming talent attended and were promised career opportunities and access to music executives. They were then plied with drugs and alcohol, filmed. Some were blackmailed. There was a quid pro quo, according to the complaint. Lil Rod said not only were these music executives sponsoring these parties, they were handing Diddy large sums of cash that he used to pay for the sex workers and drugs. Something tells me the IRS is going to be interested.
And the thing that really surprises me is just how mute Hollywood is. We have a few celebrities here and there who are speaking out about this issue, but some of the more high profile, not to condemn anybody or demean anybody, just being honest, some of the more high profile friends that you've seen him hang out with on a regular basis, no word has been said. I don't hear anything from, you know, Stevie J, whom was very vocal about taking up for Diddy. Hell, I wonder what Diddy's son gonna do about that diss record. Huh? I think he need to go ahead and mix that. Do the my bad, y'all was right. Recover. Now, this isn't funny. I'm not laughing at the nature of the situation, man. Y'all know we try to shed light just any way we can to laugh to keep from crying in these times like this. But some people are saying, hey, he's no different than Epstein. What did he do differently than Epstein if he's having these parties and bringing these young women there who are very impressionable? and whom are blinded by the lights, the glitz, the glamour, the idea of being able to live beyond their current means and all that. So, of course, man, like he that right there in itself is sickening. In addition to that, the fact that nobody actually paid attention to Cassie when she started bringing all this stuff out is also something that's sickening. Just because a lot of the rhetoric was, oh, she's doing this for money. She's only coming out to Diddy for money. And the fact that like Diddy was actually sitting back watching people take up for him, going like, yeah, letting these people look stupid. Yo. And if he was your friend and you was taking up for him while you was taking up for him in the past and you seen this footage, I definitely want to hear you speak on it. We already seen Slim Thug recant his previous statements, saying that Cassie was only going after him for money and that her current living situation just wasn't, ideal. So that's why she went after Diddy. Yeah, that didn't age well at all. Amidst everything that's happening right now, Diddy's former assistant went on CNN and said she's not surprised by the recent footage showing Diddy attacking Cassie, and expresses that Diddy uses people and doesn't see the humanity in them.
I mean, when I watched it, what stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Wagmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning. And it's like she was so quickly running out of the room to get to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet.
I mean, that's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
I mean, you worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him.
And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time?
I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised.
Why not?
It's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say that it's woman's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean, that's right, he's a mogul, so of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life, and especially his relationships.
Yeah, because, I mean, she was 19, I believe, and he was 37 when they first began dating.
Right. So imagine how that would be, and then he's rich, and not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music. She really was an artist, is an artist. And now all of a sudden, she's with somebody who could make that happen for her, and it doesn't happen.
So you don't, it wasn't anything specific. You got a strange, uncomfortable feeling from him?
I mean, I think it's more to do with the way that he treated people. Again, nobody was mistreated that I saw. I didn't feel mistreated, but it was very clear to me. Again, this is intuition, right? This is what we pick up as women and humans who are smart and have been around. He just didn't see your humanity when he looked at you. It felt very obvious to me that everyone was just sort of there to be used, that he can get the most out of you. For example, I went to go work for him. I'm a pretty senior person. It was sort of an odd thing. I have a fancy master's degree, whatever, who cares? But it was, he wanted to get me for as cheaply as he could. And most people would just dive in and take it, right? Because you think that you're going to get something by working for him.
So again, Make sure you realize that she isn't speaking from a perspective of saying that she observed something actually happening. This is all just feeling and her saying this woman's intuition. So we're just gonna have to take that for what it is. But her not being surprised, I feel like it's a lot more that she would want to say, but she don't want to involve herself in this. That's kind of the feeling that I got from this. But as far as Diddy go, yeah, he did this to himself, y'all. He definitely did.